Alright, let's be honest for a moment. How often have you sent that just checking in text, hoping to kickstart a conversation? Or spent ages crafting the perfect message, hit send, and then waited and waited only to get no reply? It's frustrating, it's confusing, and, let's face it, it stings your pride. But this isn't just about her not responding. It's also about what happens to you in the meantime. Every text you send, every moment spent overthinking, you're giving away your power. You're caught in a cycle that's getting you nowhere, and it's time to break free. This isn't about playing games or tricking someone into liking you. It's about something much bigger, understanding your worth and refusing to waste energy on someone who doesn't see it. Here's the truth. The moment you stop chasing is the moment you take control, not just of the situation, but of your mindset, your confidence, and ultimately, your life. If you're tired of feeling stuck, constantly questioning what you're doing wrong, stay with me. What I'm about to share might just change everything for you. She already knows. First off, she already knows how you feel. If you've made your interest clear, whether by asking her out, spending time together, or expressing your feelings, then trust me, she's aware. The question isn't whether she understands how you feel, it's whether she feels the same way. And if she doesn't, sending more texts isn't going to change that. In fact, it might push her further away. Think of it this way. Imagine someone repeatedly trying to sell you a product you're not interested in. The first time, you politely decline. The second, you're irritated. By the third, you're blocking their number. That's what happens when you keep texting someone who's not reciprocating. It's not charming, it's exhausting. The smart move? Step back. When you stop texting, you send a powerful message. I've said my piece, and I'm not going to beg for attention. That's confidence. That's self-respect. And trust me, that kind of energy is magnetic. It says you value yourself enough to walk away if the feeling isn't mutual. Emotional detachment equals attraction. Let's keep it real. Have you noticed how the things we can't fully figure out are the ones that occupy our thoughts the most? That's human psychology. We're wired to crave mystery, to chase what we don't fully understand. But when you're constantly blowing up her phone, you're not a mystery. You're predictable. You're like a TV rerun she's seen a dozen times, no suspense, no excitement. Think about the most captivating characters in movies. They're calm, collected, and never in a rush to prove themselves. They exude a take it or leave it attitude that's impossible to ignore. Why? Because they don't overshare, and they definitely don't chase. Instead, they let people come to them. This isn't just a Hollywood trope, it's how attraction works. When you stop texting, you flip the narrative. Suddenly, she's the one wondering, why hasn't he texted? Did he lose interest? Is there someone else? That curiosity is powerful. It shifts her focus onto you, instead of the other way around. By stepping back, you create space for her to miss you, wonder about you, and feel the absence of your attention. And even if she doesn't come back, you've regained control of your energy. Either way, that's a win. The power of no contact. No contact isn't a petty tactic or a scheme to make her jealous. It's about respecting yourself. It gives both you and her the chance to reflect. Think of it as hitting pause. If she's into you, she'll feel the emptiness of that space you've left. If she's not, then you've dodged a bullet. Here's some psychology for you, the scarcity effect. When something becomes harder to get, it suddenly feels much more valuable. Those sneakers you didn't care about until they sold out? Same principle. Pulling back makes you go from always available to what am I missing? But let's be clear, this isn't about waiting around for her to text. That's weak energy. This is about flipping the dynamic. While she's wondering where you went, you're leveling up. Hit the gym, chase your goals, hang with your crew. You're not just showing her what she's missing, you're building a life that doesn't revolve around her validation. That's where your power lies. Focus on self-improvement. Here's where things get next level. Instead of wasting energy chasing someone who's not giving it back, turn that energy inward. Start with the basics. Work on your fitness, not just to look good, but to feel unstoppable. Pick up a new skill, whether it's cooking, mastering a language, or advancing in your career. Do something that genuinely excites you. Don't forget to reconnect with your friends, they're your foundation. When you focus on self-improvement, two things happen. First, you feel like a force to be reckoned with because you're growing into your best self. Second, you become magnetic. Confidence and ambition are irresistible, especially to those who once underestimated you. Acceptance is freedom. Now for some tough love. Not every connection is meant to last. But that's not a loss, it's a win. It frees you to find someone who truly gets you. Clinging to someone who doesn't feel the same is like dragging a weight behind you in a race, it only holds you back. Respect yourself enough to walk away with dignity. Acceptance isn't a weakness, it's a strength. It says, I know my worth, and I'm not here to convince anyone of it. You're not a beggar seeking scraps of affection. You're the main event. If she can't see that, someone else will. Once you let go of the idea that she might not come back, you're free from waiting, hoping, and the emotional baggage. In that freedom, you'll find peace and the opportunity to build something better. Rejection isn't the end of your story. It's the start of a new chapter.